everyone, it's Sydney Davis again. I am so sorry. I'm going to apologize right now. I have not made a video in a couple weeks. I've just been really busy. As you know from my last video, I was in a show called Young Frankenstein, and it was a wonderful show. We had wonderful audiences. We were so excited, but it's also a bit bittersweet because Act 1 Theater Arts is now closed forever. And I've been working with them since the young age of 13 after I quit dance teams. I just shout out to Sharon Ducci. You have been one of my mentors in my career path, and honestly, I don't know where I would be without your help and your love and support. And I feel like working with you also inspired me to go further with my career and pursue Disney. So you're part of the reason why I got in the Disney College program. And I'm so thankful. But I'll really miss it, and I'll miss everyone in it. Young Frankenstein was kind of my goodbye to my Act 1 friends before I leave to Florida. And I actually auditioned for another show called A Christmas Carol, and I got cast in the show as Emily Fezziwig, and I'm really excited because I get to sing a duet, and it's going to be really fun, and it gets you in the Christmas spirit. I have done Christmas Carol 2 other times. I have played Emily before. But yeah, that's why I've been so busy. I've had rehearsals for that, and I was having Tech Week and shows for Young Frankenstein, so I've just been really busy. But yeah, and one thing I want to talk about before we start talking about the main idea of this video, I know that I have 24 followers now, and I'm so excited, subscribers. I am still trying to figure out a name for my channel instead of just being Sydney Davis, because it's kind of boring. I want it to be creative. And I have gotten one suggestion from, actually a couple of suggestions from a couple of friends from the Disney College program. And one of them is Sydney Through the Looking Glass. And as you know from my Cheshire Cat, I am a huge Alice in Wonderland fan. So that's one option I'm thinking about. And then another option is Sydney in Wonderland or something like that. If you guys have any other ideas, comment below. I would love to have your input on this. And also, another matter of my channel, I was hoping if any subscribers would like to do a Q&A with me in my next video. If you just comment below and you ask me any questions, I will write them down and I will answer your questions to the best of my ability. Yeah, so subscribe if you want to. Come join the family. And yeah, so also I would like to send a shout out to my friend Alex Vanderspeck. He is fabulous, and he likes creating outlines, and so he is an alumni of the Disney College program. So he gave me an outline of how to survive the first couple days or week or so in the Disney College program, like what to expect. I myself obviously haven't experienced the Disney College program yet, but I am looking forward to it. So I would like to share with you what he gave me on the outline. I have actually had about 3 of my friends from the Disney College program ask me to send them a copy of this outline because they're newcomers as well as I am, and they want to know what to expect, and I thought it would just be a good idea to share with all of you kind of the gist of what he wrote down for me. And I looked at it. I barely glanced at it when I got it at first because I was driving home, and I think it's really good advice, and I believe it will help me in the long run, definitely. So without further ado, I have this nifty outline. It's all like fancy writing too, look. See? It's awesome. It's all Disney-fied. But, yeah. So it's basically Disney College Program Survival 101. And it says for week 1, day 1, there's going to be a check-in. And on the outline it says that our time can be any time between 8 a.m. and 12 p.m. So basically that's check-in, and I know I haven't done the Disney College Program before, but just a tip of advice, I would get there maybe at least 20 minutes early, just so you're not late. I do theater, and it's funny because they always say, oh, if you are 15 minutes early, you're on time, and if you're on time, you're late. And so you want to look as professional as possible when you walk in that door. So, yeah, good tip. Also, after that, you will have time to move into your apartment. I'm not exactly sure what to expect about that, but I believe that my aunt and possibly my grandma and my mother are gonna help me move into my apartment. So get me all situated when I get there. Then after that, you are going to go to casting. It says it's typically right after check-in. So this is where you get to learn like all the details of what to expect and like where you're located and such. So after that, the official day for Disney stuff is over. And it says that he suggests going to Walmart via the bus. You will get handed a schedule at check-in, so you'll know exactly like what time you have to be back and such. So you can get food for the first couple of weeks. And obviously Walmart won't take too long. So another thing you can do is go to one of the restaurants in Disney Springs with your roommates. Take advantage of that because it's a good way to get to know each other. You might even want to bring your roommate gifts if you have them. Typically, I guess guys don't do roommate gifts, but I was talking to one of my roommates, Olivia, love you girl. We were texting today and she was like, oh, let's do roommate gifts, and I'm just thinking about like making something because it's like more personal, and then you can like put it in your apartment and you'll always remember your wonderful roommates. Yeah, so it's basically something small you make for your roommates. It doesn't have to be too big, not too expensive either. Yeah, so like for example, like make them a cup or Mickey ears. It's basically up to you what you want to make. I saw a video of a vlog for an apartment tour, and they made like these cute little key ring things where it had a hook and it had a personal design on it, where you would hang your keys by the door, which is very helpful. And yeah, it's an idea. Then day 2, that is the day of the housing meeting. This is where you will learn everything about living in the Disney College Program. Yeah, so, like safety and events. I'm hoping that I have enough time to go to the events. I want to get the full experience of the Disney College Program. So, yeah, and then also day 2, you get a drug test, from what I understand. Depending on your role, you might be drug tested. It's typically on day 1 or day 2. My friend told me not to drink any alcohol within 24 hours of my scheduled time, which is a very good tip. And drink a lot of water because, yeah, you know how a drug test works, basically. Day 3 is typically a free day. And so my friend suggests going to Disney Springs, which is, I guess, from what I've heard, it's kind of like downtown Disney in California, but better. Or go resort hopping. The world is yours, he says. You can also go to City Walk at Universal as another option. I might do that, and you can even buy your Universal pass if you brought money to get that, which I am hoping that I can do, because I've been to Universal before, but I was like 12, and I was doing mostly like dance competition stuff, and I was terrified of roller coasters. So I want to experience those roller coasters now, obviously. Take advantage of it, you know? And then day 4 is another free day. You can do any of the suggestions that I mentioned before. Day 5, 6, and 7 is traditions. And it's basically a 4 to 8 hour orientation class. And you learn about the history of Disney, which is really cool. I'm not usually a fan of history. Don't quote me on that, you know. But, yeah. Disney history sounds really interesting, so I'm excited about that. And then he said on the outline there are a couple of surprises that we should expect, so he's not telling me about those. He wants it to keep the surprise from me. So, yeah, I suggest don't search it either if you don't want the surprise ruined. And then after traditions, you typically have access to all the parks. Yeah, and which is yet another great way to bond with your roommates. And it's also first day of getting paid. I would also like to send a shout out to my roommates, Olivia, Haley, Charlotte, Morgan, and Savannah. And I'm so excited to meet all of you guys. If you're subscribed to this, yeah, I'm very glad to be your roommate, and I'm super excited for all of our adventures we're going to have together. Also, okay, so free days, this, depending on your schedule, you have a free day or 2. But now you can go into the parks, so it's a lot more fun. And just a heads up, I have never been to Walt Disney World, so it's going to be interesting. So yeah. And basically, week 2 is training classes, and I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say what the training is, but basically you get a tour of the park, kind of to know where everything is, which is totally good for people who haven't been there before, because I mean, I like live in California, so I know Disneyland and California Adventure is like the back of my hand. But in Florida there's more parks, and I am not very good with directions, so I'm definitely gonna need that. And then depending on where you're located, I suggest going to that park during your off days within the training, just so you get to know it, and in case anybody asks you like where something is, or you can like eat at like a place in the park to like suggest places to eat to guests if they don't know where to go for lunch and ask for a suggestion. But yeah, obviously I can't explain too much about training as far as I know, but if I know otherwise, I will let you know. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. I'm really super excited for this. I am really nervous as well. I have never lived on my own, but as I say in Up, adventure is out there, and I'm ready to have a big adventure of my life, And of course, I'll miss everyone here, and hopefully some of you from my hometown would like to follow me or subscribe to my channel so you can kind of see what's going on in my life. Yeah, so I just want to say have a magical day, and I will see you next time.